Hey, how's it going, everyone? Uh, I am a little bit sick, and that's why I am very late. I don't know how long I'll be streaming, but let's see how it goes. I'll be sniffling from time to time. Yeah. Ooh, triple win! We defeated the snake inside the dungeon. So now we go around. My party right now. That's fine. Oh no. Oh, translate. Oh shit, this one's fast. Oh, I forgot how to play. Oh shit. Okay, I can kinda remember how to play now. I have new boots. Ah, shit! Really? No! Oh, we're almost full HP again. Never mind. No, don't chase me.
この石って。
石なんか拾って。
これ珍しい気がする。キラキラしてるのはキラ鋼かも。
キラ鋼？虫？
剣や武器の素材になる金属だ。限られた地方でしか取れないレアメタルだな。
キラ鋼の産出地なら、ここはエンドガンド領かアイルガンド領か、どちらにしろミッドガンド領から相当離れた辺境だ。清涼も大した人員を配備していないだろう。
さすが海賊、金目のものと警備には詳しいな。
追い立てられる危険は低いってことね。一つお手柄よ、ライフセット。うん。でも手は洗いなさい。正確な場所は人か町を見つける。
Oh shit! Really? Oh, that's too late.
邪魔よ。
いっちゃ、ま、こんなもんじゃろ。
どうしたの、ライフセット。
女の人が見かけ通りじゃないとして、男は見かけ通りなのかなと思って。
そうね、男は単純な生き物だから。
男は単純。
はあ、まるで男のことなら何でも分かっているような口ぶりじゃのう。どうせサンプルは家族だけじゃろうて。
そうやって人を下に見てればいいわ。
ほう、その口ぶり、お主の恋人はさぞや素敵な殿方なんじゃろうの。
そうね。
顔はどんなじゃ？背は高いのか低いのか？
あんたに教える必要ない。
いつもスイングドアの向こうにいた人ゆえ、足元しか見たことなかったとか言うまいな。
What?
図星かい。素敵な片思いじゃのう。
その話読んだことある。確か足だけおじさんっていう小説。
へえ、そんな小説があるんだ。
私も読んだことありますが、切なくて甘酸っぱくてとても面白い小説です。未読なら一度読んでみることを強く勧めます。
アルトリウスを殺して暇になったら読むわ。
僕が聞きたかったのは男が見かけ通りかどうかなんだけど。
Poor guy.
しかし地上でキラ鋼を見つけるなんて珍しいよな。鉱物の産地とはいえ採掘は大変だって聞いたぜ。
鉱物の採掘は山師と呼ばれる職人たちの技術や経験がものを言う。同じ鉱物が発見された土地の水質や植物などを調べ、似た環境にある土地へ行って鉱脈を探るのが常だ。
それでも見つからないこともあるんだから大博打だよな。もっと簡単な方法はないのか？
ペンデュラムを使って地下水や金属のありかを探る方法もあるって本で読んだことがある。
ダウジングじゃな。
ダウジング？
ペンデュラムを地面に向けてぶら下げてマギンポイン、まじないを唱えるとあら不思議、先っぽについておる鉱物が金銀財宝やら地底湖やらをクンクンワンと嗅ぎ当ててくれるのじゃ。
眉唾ね。
占いと同じで当たるも八卦当たらぬも八卦。山師の名には博打打ちの意味も含まれておる。
なんでそんな占い道具みたいなものをザビーダのやつは武器に使ってるんだ？
奴は戦闘中、風で振り子の軌道を制御していた。無知や縄より ペンデュラムの方が風で操りやすいんだろう。
なるほどな。面白い技を考えたもんだ。
そしてもう一つは自身の力の強化だ。精霊には大きく分けて地水火風4つの属性があり、それぞれの属性は相克関係にある。風は地を克する。風の精霊であるザビーダが地属性の鉱物を手にすることで力を強化できるんだ。
精霊がそのようなことまで計算を。
ペンデュラムが精霊の力に反応するなら、ダウジングで鉱脈を見つけることもできそうだね。
ああ、あながちバカにしたものじゃない。そしてザビーダの野郎もふざけた口を叩いているが、戦いに関しては緻密で計算高い。
小難しいことを考えて武器を使っておるんじゃのう。
お前は考えてないのか。
考えておるわい、愛しき人のこと。
あんたは何も考えず、ただふざけてるだけみたいね。
Oh shit! I was stretching my arms, man. Yo, another herb. That's just probably some shit. Don't need to worry about the sparkling shit.
あんた、ちょっといい？
刀切りの仲間か。
は？
来るな。
Alright, time to bully this guy.
謝りながら切りかかるな。
Ow.
だから話を聞きなさいって。
怖がらないで。この人は大魔師だよ。
私は一等大魔師エレノアです。落ち着いて話を聞かせてください。
確かに大魔師だ。けどなんで大魔師がこんな奴らと一緒に。
極秘任務の途中なのです。ここがどこか教えてもらえませんか？できれば港の場所も。
どこって、アイルガンド領のカドニクス島だ。この渓谷を進めば港に出る。
Okay.
バンエルティアにつなぎをつける。
お願い。
もう一つ、刀切りってのは何だ？
ああ、最近この辺りで暴れてるゴーマでな。剣士ばかりを狙ってその刀を叩き切るんだ。一等大魔師まで何人もやられてる。
だから刀切りか。
そいつの刀は異国で作られた技物でな。盗んでやろうと住処を探してたら襲われちまったんだ。
異国の技物。
あんたも気をつけた方がいい。背中の王たち刀切りに見つかったらやばいぜ。
ああ、やばそうだな。
しかしゴーマ相手に盗みを働こうとは自業自爆じゃな。
バカすぎたよ。
きっとこれを機に足を洗えということです。ゴーマに殺されなかった幸運な命をもう悪事で汚さないでください。
Okay. Ah,
船
shit.
と合流する。港を探すぞ。
Oh,
準備はできて
I
る
was reading the dialogue, you shit.
やれやれね。
No, the dialogue is gone.
Hmm. その古文書、あなた読めるの？
いろんな言葉を勉強したけど、これは見たことない言葉で書いてあるから。エレノアは読めるの？
私もこの言語は初めて見ます。このような珍しい古文書をどこで？
それは
オートで掘り出し物を見つけたのよ。この子、本を読むのが好きだから。
意外ですが、精霊は読書好きなのですね。鼻炎風もしばしば読書をしていました。
そうなんだ。
ええ。何を読んでいたのかは知りませんが。
僕を呼んだですか？
鼻炎風も本が好きなの？
イエス。本は素晴らしい知識を与えてくれますからね。でも A ランクの僕が読む本はライフィセットのようなお子ちゃまには難易度が高いかもですけど。
好みの人間女子を口説いて器にする方法。可愛い子ちゃんと好き好きスキンシップ。
ビ
口説くってどういう意味？
知らなくていいから。
はい。
とりあえずこの本は全部没収。
問いただしたいことがあります。鼻炎風、後で厳しく尋問させてもらいますよ。
ビ
Can't escape, gentle.
ザン。
六郎、なんか楽しそうだね。
俺は夜叉だからな。
夜叉、戦いの鬼神。
おう、切ってなんぼってゴーマなのさ。
でも刀切りは異国の刀で大魔師も倒したって。怖くないの？
死ぬのかか？死ぬのは怖くないが、生きたいとは思う。切ることが俺の存在そのもので欲なんだ。それを満たすために切る。生きるなんてな。
他者を切り殺すことが生きがいだなんて。ゴーマはどこまで行ってもゴーマなのですね。
身も蓋もない言い方だな。
Okay. Oh, there's an herb here. Nice. I was checking if maybe there's a chest, but no, there's an herb. Okay, sure. There's a strong enemy there for the hunt, so we'll save here. Let's go! Wonder if we can beat this. it!
切りがいがありそうだ。
What? I was dodging, man. Ow! Ow! You just stole the thing that I just stole, man! What? That was annoying. I got stuck on the enemy shit. What? Oh my god, don't do that again. What? That shit's range is so far, man. Dude, shit. Making me waste a lot of life bottles. Chocolate Idol? No! Oh. This is the not right way. Oh. Where the fuck am I now? Oh, here.
本気で戦いなさい。
わしは遊ぶ時すら本気じゃぞ。
Yo, 1000 gold! I didn't know there was an item there. Oh shit! The best! Yo! How about those? Oh! Oh, this is the right way? Yeah, shit.
Nani?
敵よ。
その刀、セーランか。
異国の技物を振るうボーマン。あんたが刀切りね。
これで問答無用か。
言語道断婚約問答音的退散じゃ。
Oh shit! Oh! Hi, doesn't die.
任せろ。来い。3。おお。切りがいがあるぜ。邪魔をせんな。
仲間を殺す気ですか。ならあんたを殺す。
すまん。つい熱くなった。
知っているやつなのか。
刀だけな。あれはセーランって刀だった。
セイラン。
なんだっていいし、刀に用はないわ。港に急ぐわよ。
Oh really? Oh shit! Finally new skills. Where do I put that one? Another snake wave. Oh shit! No! I need to go back! I thought that was the way. I guess apparently not. I'm already crossing it. Oh! God damn it, I can't breathe properly.
Life set. さっきは悪かったな。
僕、六郎がやられると思って。
わかってる。あれはお前の意志だったんだよな。
だと思うわ。
ならいい。 俺も手を出すなとははっきり言わなかったからな。次にああいうことがあったら必ず言う。
助けちゃいけないの？死ぬかもしれないのに。
そうだ。
どうして？
俺にもよくわからん。
え？
俺にはどうしても切りたいやつがいる。そいつを切りたい。そいつに勝ちたい。そのために剣の腕を上げなきゃならん。
勝ちたい人？
剣の勝負でな。あいつに勝つためなら何だってする。どれだけ血を流そうが、命を落とそうが、人の心をなくそうが、そう思い続けてるうちに本当に人間じゃなくなっちまった。
なんでそんなに勝ちたいの？
それもわからん。ゴーマだからそうなのか、そんなだからゴーマになっちまったのか。とにかく命より大事なことなんだ。
命よりも。
けど助けてくれたことは恩に着るよ。死んじまったらあいつを切れないからな。
今のが命の恩人にかける言葉ですか？
何がだ。俺は本当のことしか言ってないぞ。それになぜお前が怒る？
おかしいとすら思わないとは。やはりゴーマですね。
ああ、ゴーマだ。
Yo, oh shit! Yes, finally! Oh shit, missed!
ま、こんなもんじゃろ。
Minute max immediately. Okay, yes. Oh my god, my nose, please, man. Ah, leave me alone!
行くわよ。そこだ。はい。逃すぞ。伝説のブルー。空砲絶衝撃。そこよ。空砲絶衝撃。遅延連続。捕らえられない。砲がしまった。
やれやれね。
Oh yeah, that was... I totally forgot I opened that chest. I don't need an enough bottle. Aww, I can't go there.
聞いた覚えがあるんじゃがな。
エレノア、さっきは助けてくれてありがとう。
私は命令通りあなたを守っただけです。
命令通
もちろん命令されなくても誰かがゴーマに襲われていたら助けますけど。
お綺麗なことね。
り。思い出した。
何をよ。
世にも悲しいセーランの由来をじゃよ。さーてお立ち会い。それはいつ誰が撃ったのか知る者はおらぬ。じゃが誰もがその切れ味を認める太刀があった。その博士は猛獣のごとく叫び声を上げ、山をも吹き飛ばす嵐を呼んだ。この世に二つとないその太刀を人は神の刀神刀と称えた。
神の刀、それがセーランですか。
話はここからじゃ。さような神刀に魅せられた男がおった。名は黒金、希代の才を持つ刀鍛冶じゃ。そやつは心血を注いで神刀を超える刀を打とうとし、自らの刀にセーランの名を与えたという。叫ぶ嵐を制するという意味じゃな。
すごい刀はできたの？
いいや、黒金は何十度も神刀に挑んだが、その数だけセーランはおられ砕け散った。絶望した黒金は神刀の持ち主に首をはねられたとも、自ら命を絶ったとも言われておる。もう何百年も昔の話じゃ。じゃが奴の神刀への恨みはセーランと共に今も生き続けているとかいないとか。
何百年も続く恨みか。
よくある怪談話ですね。さっきの刀も何者かが命を真似ただけかもしれません。
かもな。じゃがもしあれが本物のセーランなら、わしらは枕を高くして眠れんぞ。
なんで？
黒金が倒したかった神刀こそ俺の生まれた蘭月家に代々伝わる太刀ゴーランだからな。
野郎がまた襲ってくる可能性があるわけだな。急ぐぞ。
Okay, but let me save again. So there's no more cutscene. Wow. I feel like this is an enemy. Yo. Just here? I hate it when they have a runny nose, man. so annoying. Where the hell am I?
ライフセット、ちょっと。
何？
命令じゃなくても助けるなんて言葉真に受けちゃダメよ。大魔師は精霊を物としか思ってないんだから。
でも助けてくれたのは本当だから。
恩を感じるのは仕方ないけど、あんまり嬉しそうな顔をしないの。
ごめん。
謝ってほしいわけじゃなくて、あいつにはこっちの警戒が鉄壁だって思わせておきたいの。いくらあんたと親しくなっても私の方が優先だって意識させたいわけ。
どうすればいいの？
つまり分かりやすく言うと、私を1番、エレノアは2番にしなさいってこと。
分かった。ベルベットが1番でエレノアは2番。
そう、私が1番。って何言ってるのよ、私。
大丈夫、ちゃんと分かったよ。
そうじゃなくて。
He's getting jealous. Oh. Oh shit, another red mark? Is it the same guy? Ah, shit, more flamestone chip and no vendor! Oh, it's a different guy. How do I get there?
食材？なんでこんなところに？
もしかすると昔王様のお墓とかで使われた洞窟浴かもしれない。本で読んだんだ。確か熱に反応する鉱石を利用した仕掛けだったよ。
熱に反応するのね。つまり
Okay. Ugh. This weird ass camera movement again. Oh, that's how you go there. Okay. Time to fight the snake. けどない。Oh, I can't heal? Oh, that's right. Oh shit, I'm dead! No! I lost my whole toe because I died. Oh, I didn't know you can double devour. Oh shit, I have no more thingy. I was dead. Oops. Ah, they suck. Need to buy more life bottles later, but it's fine. Yes, finally a vendor. We can sell flamestone chips. Yeah, sure, chase me. Yeah, sure, chase me. Yes! Oh. Okay. Okay, sure. Favorite customer? Eh. Now we're gonna continue picking up shit again. Oh shit! Anyway, those rocks were enemies. Oh. Oh, it's him.
おいおい、面白いゴーマだな。刀より体の方が硬えってか。
こいつは
しぐれ様。清涼に2人しかいない特等隊魔師です。
特等メルキオールと同格か。
おう、エレノアじゃねえか。なんだお前、ゴーマに捕まったのか。それとも裏切ったか。
私は
まあどっちでもいい。好き勝手やってる俺が言えたきりじゃねえわな。しかし今日は当たりだった。まさかセーランに出会えるとは思わなかったぜ。
しぐれ、 なんかすっごく睨んでる子がいるわよ。無視しちゃかわいそう。
悪い悪い。昔から弟をいじめちまうのが癖でな。なあ、ドクロ。
弟？
変わらないな、しぐれ。
バカ野郎、めちゃくちゃ強くなってるっての。そっちこそ相変わらず俺を切るなんてできもしないことを考えてんのか？
六郎が勝ちたい人ってお兄さんなの？
こっちもあの時の俺じゃないぜ。
お前ゴーマになったのか。そりゃ面白い。だがよ、結果まで変わるかな。
Ah, shit.
俺の真打ちに影打ちを折られてしょんべん漏らしたあの時とよ。
こいつは俺が切る。ライフセット。今度は手を出すなよ。
何年ぶりだお前と切り合うのは。
死んで後悔しろ。あの時俺を殺さなかったことをな。生きねえか捕らえられまい。残酷。生きねえか捕らえられまい。
Oh shit!
残酷。残酷。
Kill me!
襲撃ヒット。この距離なら外しません。ゼロの方吐く。残酷。2の方勝負。生きねえか。
さすがゴーマだ。悪くねえ。だがここまでだな。
六郎、体が勝手に。
邪魔するな。勝負はこっからだ。
Oh, it's a broken sword?
折れねえか。今日はここまでだ。
しぐれ。
流行るな。今のお前が強え刀を持ったら面白いと思ったのさ。そこのじいさんに撃ってもらえ。で、もう一遍やろうや。
じいさん。
そのゴーマはね、黒金っていうのよ。
セーランの刀鍛冶。
この先のカドニクス港で待っててやる。俺を倒さねえと島からは出られねえぜ。
勝手なことを。
気に食わなきゃかかってきな。せいぜい精進しろよ、ゴーマども。
しぐれ様、私は匿名を。
ああ、エレノア。お前マジで裏切りやがったんだな。次に会ったら叩き切る。
やろう。まだ本気を見せてないぞ。
けど全員でかかれば。
無駄だ。だが策はある。
どんな手だ、黒金。
ついてこい。
六郎。
How dumb is Eleanor to be just shouting, I'm on a high level mission!
ベ
It
ルベッ
doesn't
ト、
matter!
六郎追わないの？
あいつ
Should
の
be a
戦い
secret.
は私には関係ない。
だが船着き場にはしぐれが陣取っている。イカれた野郎だが、俺たちを見逃すような間抜けとは思えん。
その通りです。しぐれ様は剣技ならアルトリウス様をもしのぐ最強の剣士ですから。 猫に睨まれた袋のネズミじゃな。
黒金は何か考えがあるみたいだった。
わかった。それを聞いてみましょう。
Yo! Finally, we got the
探
perfect.
索戦バツビ
Oh, there's a way here? Okay, I'm gonna take up this beer. Okay, let's go.
しぐれが連れてたあのデブ猫、何なの？
ムルジムのことですね。あんな見た目ですが、れっきとした精霊です。
それで
って精霊としての能力の話ですよね。話したくないとか虚偽ではなく、あの精霊のことは名前以外の情報はありません。特等大魔師でありながら、しぐれ様は精霊術を使わずとも大魔師やゴーマと渡り合えるほどの武人。しぐれ様が術を放つところを見た者はおらず、ムルジムは清涼七不思議の一つとされているのです。
清涼七不思議。
ムルジムの能力は愚か、しぐれ様がムルジムと契約した経緯すら知る者はいません。
僕は知ってるでふよ。
What?
これはトップシークレットなんでふけど、ムルジムはとってもめんどくさがり屋で、毛づくろいと飲み取りを条件にしぐれ様と契約したんでふよ。
それで？
あとこれはナイーブな話でふけどね、デブじゃなくてぽっちゃりさんでふよ。敵でふけど女の子同士なんでふから、傷つけ合っちゃダメでふよ。
他には？
あの太眉は精霊界では憧れの個性でふね。もうすぐつけ眉が商品化されるともっぱらの噂でふ。
あの強さに精霊術が加わったら。
Where the fuck are we? Get out of here.
どういうつもりなの、エレノは。特等大魔師に切りかかるなんて。
あれは、ああしなければ六郎が殺されると思ったからです。
ゴーマのために仲間をやるつもりだった？
思わず体が動いてしまったのです。自分でもお人よしすぎると思います。
お人よしというよりバカね。あんたはライフセットの護衛。余計なことはしなくていい。
仲間の命が危なくてもですか？
そうよ。
よほど大事なのね、この子が。わかりました。
ライフセット、次はちゃんと止めなさい。こいつは何するかわからないんだから。
ありがとう、エレノア。 僕のしたこと内緒にしてくれて。あと操っちゃってごめん。
仲間を大切に思う気持ちはわかります。あのゴーマたちがおかしいんです。
Oh,
で
really?
もベルベットだって大事に思ってると思う。弟のことは。
それがあなたが一緒にいる理由？
それはわからないけど。
この子を確保するには知る必要があるわね。この一行の事情を。
Okay, you stupid bitch. Ah, shit. I haven't been to this other side yet. Probably nothing here. Yeah, there's literally nothing. God damn it. Whoa. Ah.
出ないからそこや呪いそこだ食らい尽くす効果点そこよ効果点そこよ呪い手止めラッシュストライクそこをどけレッツゴーそこだ食らい尽くすそこよ呪い
パーフェクチな勝利じゃ。パーフェクチってほぼ完璧じゃが満身ケヌヨ課題を残すのじゃ。
Ah! More of the ship, man. This. Ooh. Where the hell am I? I feel like this is the right way. I'm gonna go back. Let's go back for now. I mean, it is hidden. Let's go here. Whatever, it's fine. What is this place? There's a chest there. Huh? I guess it's just a chest. Yeah. Which is a good thing. Oh, this is the right way. Fine. Let's just go. Let's just check the other place on the way back.
すごい。刀がこんなに。
伝説の刀鍛冶黒金はゴーランに勝つために生きながらえてたんだな。
そうだ。俺は全て捨て、ゴーランを超える刀を打つことだけを考え続けた。そして気づけば
ゴーマになっていたか。
貴様もあの刀の継承者。兄を切りたいがためにその身を落としたと見える。
同じ穴のムジナだ。俺にお前の刀を預けてくれないか。
俺は無数の刀を撃ったが、結局ゴーラには歯が立たなかった。お前はそんな俺の刀を求めるのか。
おうとも、何十回何百年負け続けてもお前は折れていない。俺も同じだ。しぐれと奴の真剣を切れるものがあるとしたらこの恨みだけだ。
岸君、貴様ら兄弟が同じ手がかりをくれた。その策で新たな刀を撃とう。
キラハガネを探す？
いや、その必要はない。上の方でいいか？
頼む。腕さえあれば刀は撃てる。
なんてことを！
慌てるな。刀の素材を切り離しただけだ。
そういうゴーマだったのね。
この頭を刀にするの？
そうだ。恨みの塊であるこれでゴーラン影打ちを打ち直す。
待て。これは昔の弱い心を忘れないための戒めに過ぎん。俺はしぐれに勝つために嵐月流の裏芸二頭小立ちを磨いてきたんだ。
わかった。ならばお前のために担当を打とう。
I mean, how will he do something if he can't see anything?
すごい。
俺たちは外で待とう。
今は六郎たちを待つしかない。
Oh, I want to loot.
船は順調にこっちに向かっている。
当然ね。死神が乗ってないんだから。
もう一つ。しぐれは同志アルトリウスの用心棒だそうだ。
つまり避けられない敵か。
単独行動している今、倒しておきたい相手だ。だが六郎では勝てん。
ただでは負けないはずよ。
当然だ。だからあいつが作った隙をついてしぐれを仕留める。
人の喧嘩に手を出す気？
俺の喧嘩にもつながる戦いだからな。
私だって同じよ。戦力を無駄死にさせるわけにはいかないし。
六郎は生き死ににこだわる男じゃない。2、3回切られる程度で許してくれるだろうさ。
リエンフ 風を船着き場にダッシュで偵察にやらせたぞ。わしって気が利くじゃろ。
鼻炎風に同情するわ。
しかし黒金め、自らの体を使って剣を撃つとはまるで生贄の儀式じゃな。
生贄、ゴーマならではの手よ。強い力を手に入れるためには必要な犠牲。
必要な犠牲か。非常じゃな。
今さらね。
まあ結果をごろうじろじゃな。神の腹を満たすためだけの供物ならば命を丸ごと差し出そうとも餌に過ぎぬ。じゃが志を宿した血肉ならばそれが髪の毛一本でも煮えとなる。かの者が捧げしは生きえか煮えか。
六郎といい黒金といい何なのですか。
見た通りイカれたゴーマよ。
そうですが、あんなに明確な目的を持って生きているなんて。
ゴーマだって譲れないものくらいあるわ。ただ人を殺して暴れる怪物だと思ってたの？
意志があることは知っていました。でもあれはまるで人間みたいな情熱で。
情熱で自分の首をはねる人間はいないけどね。
あなたもそうなのですか。
ええ、アルトリウスが弟を生贄にしてくれたせいでね。
ふざけないでください。清涼は民を守るための組織、
Okay.
多数を守るために冷徹な選択をすることはあっても生贄なんて非道は決してしません。ましてやアルトリウス様は同志として世界を。
そう思うなら同志様に聞いてみろ。3年前何をしたのかを。
そのようなことは絶対に。六郎は命を捨ててもお兄さんを切りたい。黒金は強い刀のために自分の首を切った。なんでそんなことできるんだろ
う。わからなくて当然よ。あいつらはゴーマ、まともじゃないんだから。
うん。怖いね。怖いけどすごいなって思う。僕にはあんな風にやりたいことってないから。
まだないだけよ。いつかできるわ。
できるかな。
きっとね。けど別に命なんかかけなくてもいい。もっと普通に生きればいいのよ。あんたはゴーマじゃないんだから。
うん。
なんてね、ゴーマの愚痴よ。
大変でぐー。船着き場にいた一等隊マシたちがこっちに向かってくるでぐー。裏切り者エレノアを粛清するって言ってるでぐよ。
粛清。ベルベット。
迎え撃つわよ。エレノはあんたにも戦ってもらう。
命令なのですね。
そうよ。ライフセットを守ってタイマシを倒しなさい。
わかりました。
忘れるなよ。エレノアが壊れたらライフセットがゴーマ化するぞ。
わかってるけど、足手まといを連れて行く余裕はないわ。あいつの思惑を利用してこっちの戦力にする。
限界を見誤るなよ。
やれやれ、真面目なタイマシじゃったろうに、お主に絡んだのが運の尽きじゃな。
なんとでも言いなさい。
This is my problem. Woo! Why are you always here? Get out of here.
共闘か。
As I was saying, if I have a runny nose, of course I drink a lot of water. But more than usual. That means I also need to take a piss a lot more than usual. I hate it. is here? It's just... Oh, it really is. That sucks, man.
一等大魔師エレノアだな。ゴーマに屈するとは恥を知れ。大魔師の堕落は大いなる最悪の種となる。この罪は死をもって償ってもらうぞ。
Why did you push him away? Oh my god. Oh, another one. No.
お前は民を裏切り、アルトリウス様の理想を汚した。
違う。ベルベットは私を試している。アルトリウス様の匿名を果たすためには戦わなくては。でもこれ以上は殺してしまう。
死をもって粛清よ。
エレノア！私には殺せない。
まだだ。
借りを返したぞ、エレノア。
新しい刀。
ほう、まがまがしいの。
準備はできたんだな。
ああ。あとはあいつを切るだけだ。
俺も見届ける。
How would you witness without the head?
今みたいな戦い方じゃ死ぬわね。あんたが死ぬとライフセットの器がなくなる。
分かっています。
やめろベルベット。
今はお腹空いてないの。命令よ、エレノア。大魔師とは死なないように戦いなさい。
わかりました。
今のがエレノアの限界ってことか。
そのようだ。あれ以上追い詰めれば心が壊れる。
おきれいね、大魔師様は。
だからこそライフセットの器になれる。それに屈辱に耐えてまで使命を果たそうとする息は嫌いじゃない。
へえ、案外優しいんだ。
優しい奴はそんな人間を利用したりしない。
分かってるわよ。
Okay. We won't kill them. I guess the zombie will kill them. It'll be a bit. God damn it, man.
ビエンフ、ちょっと相談があるんだけど、いいかな？
そろそろそんなこと言ってくる頃だと思ったでふよ。僕は酸いも辛いも苦いもしょっぱいも味わった精霊の先輩でふ。何でも聞くでふよ。
ありがとう。この前ビエンフが読んでた本、よ
What?
かったら貸してもらえないかな？
好みの人間女子を口説いて器にする方法と、可愛い子ちゃんと好き好きスキンシップってふか？
ちょっと声が大きいよ。
君はエレノア様と器の契約を結んだんでふから、そんな本必要ないでふよ。
だけど二人でいると会話が弾まないっていうか、質問と答えが噛み合わないっていうか。
はあはあはあ。契約したての精霊と器にはよくあるトラブルでふね。僕も経験あるでふ。そういうことならもっといい本があるでふよ。
ああ、たくさん読ん
Oh
でるん
my
だね。
god, no.
僕は勉強家でふからね。例えばこれはどうでふ？露天風呂トーク術。身も心も真っパッパー。腹を割って話すのが一番でふ。
一緒にお風呂なんて入れないよ。もっと違うのはないの？
じゃあこれ風呂上がり野球拳。タオルも心の壁もホームラン。
どうしてすぐに脱がそうとするの？余計に話しにくくなっちゃうじゃないか。
わがままなライフセットでふね。じゃあ僕の蔵書から好きなのを選ぶでふよ。
心ハッキング、教えてぽっくりさん、日記盗み読み日記、拳で語れ。
どれも名著でふね。マギル姉さんとの関係に苦しんだあの日々、涙がこぼれるでふ。
この本のせいで苦しんだんじゃないのかな。
エアリーディング、空気を読む会話術。これがいいでふよ。出読でふ。
二人で読書ですか？
そうなんでふよ。ライフセットがエレノア様との距離感がつかめず悩んでいると相談されたんでふよ。話は聞いておいたでふから、あっちでお茶でもしながら二人で対応策を相談するでふよ。さあさあ。
はい。空気を読む会話術。この本もダメっぽいな。
What the heck, man?
美味しそうなレシピが見つかっ
Yo,
探索戦
new recipe? Alright, let's go back. I forgot there's that thing above the map that shows how many chests there are in the room. And there was a chest here. Not sure if that's normal thing in this game. Wait, not here. Or that's a buff from something else. I forgot. I don't know. But it's fine. See, now there's a ×1. Go. Not sure if that's a good weapon. This is probably just gonna be a short stream. I wanted to stream until like maybe 6:30, but getting irritated by my frequent going to the CR toilet, and I can't even speak. I can't even open my eyes properly. Just because I wasn't able to sleep properly earlier. Fucking insomnia, man. Traitor! Ugh. Hey, beyond POE2? Oh yeah, POE2 in less than 20 minutes, right? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Why not? I won't be able to talk a lot, though, because I can't even talk right now. Of this runny nose. Yeah, I know Lyric is gonna watch. He is probably sponsored. That's why he streamed today. So even though he's not sponsored, he probably will watch anyway. How long does it last? Lyric is playing Arma, but his title is POE2 at 4. 2 hours?
六郎、影打ちって何なの？
刀鍛冶は刀を打つ時には一本じゃなくて何本か同時に打つものなんだ。そのうちの最も出来のいいものを真打ち、それ以外のものを影打ちと呼ぶんだ。
真打ちと影打ち。
俺の一族では当主となった者にゴーランの真打ちが渡され、それ以外の兄弟に影打ちが渡されるんだ。
真打ちが本物で影打ちは偽物ってこと？
そうだな。しぐれの剣が本物で俺の剣が偽物という意味なのかもな。
そんなつもりじゃ。
いや、いいことに気づかせてくれた。だから俺はあいつに勝ちたいのかもしれん。
ベルベットにとってはどのライフセットが真打ちなのかな？
どういうことです？
僕の名前はベルベットの弟の名前なんだ。
アルトリウスに生贄にされた弟のなあ。
何かの間違いです。あの方がそんなことをするはずありません。
Okay, you sheep.
ならどうしてベルベットはあんなにアルトリウスを憎んでいるの？
それは
お主の真実とベルベットの真実、これもどっちが影打ちでどっちが真打ちなんじゃろうな。
As I was saying, I'm not sure. I could watch it, but it's gonna be a lot of talking, a lot of pauses, a lot of slow discussions, probably. And a lot of things that I don't really care much about, like, oh, there's a lot of new support gems, like, and I don't even remember all the support gems in the game. Why would they care about new support gems? What? If ever I'm gonna watch, the only thing I would really care much about would be the new class. And maybe the new mechanic. There's still a few minutes left, but there's no save point anytime soon, maybe? So we'll see. Yo, where the hell? I don't think there's a quick save here. Yeah, there's no quick save. Unlike Symphonia. Kinda sucks. There should still be quick save.
六郎としぐれは同じ乱月流なのに戦い方が違うよね。
乱月流には大太刀一頭の表芸と小太刀二頭の裏芸、二つの剣技があるんだ。
しぐれが表で六郎が裏の技ってわけね。
通常の武術では
裏芸は表芸を補助する技のはずですけど。
乱月流でもそうさ。小太刀は大太刀の修行相手として覚える技だ。
そんな不利な技でしぐれ様に挑む気なのですか？あの方の剣は尋常では。
嫌ってほど知ってるさ。しぐれが本物の天才だってことは。ガキの頃から10年。あいつの修行相手をしたのは俺だからな。あいつの大太刀はまさに神業だ。だから俺はしぐれに勝つためにあえて小太刀を選んだ。この身に一番染み込んだ裏芸をな。
間合いの不利は明白だぞ。
恐怖を消せば可能性はある。一刀両断にされる恐怖を制してあいつの間合いに深く踏み込めれば手数は2倍だ。
恐怖を消すか。人間じゃなくなったゴーマならではの剣ね。
だろう。
この兄弟は持っておる刀そのものじゃのう。
え？
最強の誉れも高い神の剣ゴーランと、それに打ち勝とうとあがき続ける業を持つセーラン。日向を歩く大魔師の兄と日陰を行くゴーマの弟。正反対の二人が求めるのはただひたすらに
相手を切ることだけ。
じゃろ。
どちらも名刀。でも大魔師とゴーマが似ているなんて。
What do you mean you can't see? Are you blind or what? Exorcist and the demons just kill each other, you dumb bitch! I mean, there's a save point here. There probably is. Or no. Really? Oh, there is. Okay. Next we can watch. Link me! Link me! We're gonna watch. Diablo sucks, lol. Same link as always. I don't have the link saved and I don't have them followed. Let me change the thingy on. It's not like anyone's watching on YouTube anyway, so I don't really want to. I don't care about updating my YouTube description. I can just cut off the VOD. Okay, it's here! It's here! I make myself smaller.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2, and welcome to GGG Live. We have a huge amount of stuff to share today, so it's going to be a good one. Twitch drops are enabled on today's livestream, so you'll be able to claim the Red Queen's font hideout decoration by following the instructions below. Okay, so with that out of the way, time to roll the trailer for Path of Exile 2, Return of the Ancients.
There you go, special events or Path of Exile 2?
In darkness. Once lay dormant.
Let's go PoE to for drops.
We who came before rise again. Behold, the first edict.
Oh. "30 new endgame areas? Oh my god. Oh shit. They changed the rituals? Whoa. What is this shit?
We become one.
What the fuck are these shit? Delirium rework? Oh boy. Is it a new class? Oh, there's not a new class. Okay. Whoa!
Hunt like it's your last.
Continue the search. See what you can find.
Oh, there's a map for Abyss now, though?
Now see how your story ends.
Whoa! This is huge. Spirit Walker? Is that Druid? Whoa! Do ascendancy for mortal artist? Oh my god.
To face us is to face oblivion.
But I got the ancient Dota! Oh wait, that's different. Dota 2!
So as you can see, there's just so much going on in Return of the Ancients, it's hard for even us to keep track of it all. Now we promised that this one was going to revamp the endgame, and I'm very excited to talk about it. But first, we've got to talk about the League. So to do that, I'm going to hand things over to Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts,
Hi,
Game Director on Path of Exile. Now, for those of you who are new to Path of Exile, each time we release an update, we also release a new league. Not only do we have a new economy, but we also introduce new content through the campaign, which gives you a fresh play experience right from the start of the game, as well as new mechanics, storylines, and in-game bosses. In the Runes of Eldur League, you will encounter a man being attacked by the undead in Clearfell.
Oh!
After saving him, he introduces himself as Pharaoh, a young blacksmith trying to bring back the ancient art of Ezomite runesmithing. He has been collating his discoveries in a tome and is keen to show you how runesmithing works. By inscribing symbols on these ancient Ezomite remnants, you can create all manner of old magics. Unfortunately, on doing so, the corpses of the nearby undead are revived and infused with some of the latent power, making for a difficult fight. After defeating these monsters, Pharaoh realizes that runesmithing is a dangerous business, and he is going to need the help of someone a little more martially inclined to discover these secrets. He lends you his tome and asks that you note down anything you discover when you return to him.
Okay.
In each area in the Runes of Aldur League, you will find a remnant, and as you approach it, you will notice that some symbols are already present, and some are waiting for you to fill them in. Depending on which symbols are already present, you will have different options for which items you can create using this magic.
Oh.
For example, if you combine Tempest and Lightning, you can create an Orb of Augmentation.
But if you die, you don't get the items, you noob.
But be careful. The symbols used to craft the items also empower the monsters around the remnant, who will be revived as undead to fight again with different properties depending on what runes you used. So, if you use a fire rune in your recipe, the monsters will be empowered with fire. Or if you use a moon rune, lunar beams will rain down as you fight the monsters.
Lunar beam? Fuck that shit, man.
After the fight, break the remnant to receive the item you crafted. As you get higher level, you will start to find remnants with more slots for more runes, allowing you to craft rarer items. As the number of slots increases though, more waves of monsters will be added, with each wave being empowered by more and more of the runes. And this can get pretty dicey, because some of the runes can have powerful effects.
Oh yeah, I'm dead. If I do that, I'm dead. What?
Like the Oath rune, which will cause one monster to be nominated as a leader, spawning waves of minions. The leader itself will be invincible, but killing its minions will deal damage to it.
What? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Especially if you don't read. Just like me.
Some recipes can get pretty large, requiring 6, 7,
oh no,
or even 8 runes.
8 runes? What the fuck, man?
But don't worry, you won't have to remember them. Pharaoh's runecrafting book will record all the options, allowing you to simply pick which one you want to craft, given the existing runes that are already on the remnant. To expand your knowledge and to allow you to craft more items, Pharaoh has asked that you keep an eye out for signs of runic magic around Rayclast. He wants to document anything you find in order to rediscover the secrets of Ezomite runesmiths of old.
Oh, you just unlocked your own thingy?
The first of these can be found in Ogham, and reveals to you an ancient secret, buried deep underground. The runic magic which the Ezomites believe to be their own is actually of Kalguran origin. Thousands of years ago, the Kalgurans came to Rayclast to find sources of Verisium, a metal on which engraved runes allow control over reality. Pharaoh is determined to learn these ancient ways and gain mastery over them. If you can bring him more Verisium, he will be able to use it to smith power into any armor, granting you Runic Ward, the power harnessed by the Kalgurans since ancient times. Runic Ward is a new resource that protects you from death. Should you run out of life, your Runic Ward will kick in, sustaining your body until your life can return. It effectively acts as an extra life pool. Of course, should you take enough damage to run out of that, you will still die. Every
guess
single piece of armor
that's
in the
also
game can
good
be
combo
upgraded this way.
for the
Even
1 HP
uniques.
build.
Some are just a strict upgrade, giving Runic Ward with no downside. Others are more extreme, sacrificing defenses to get a much larger amount of Runic Ward.
Oh.
There are even some that add new modifiers to uniques entirely, making them much more viable for higher level play. But the Kalgurans use Runic Ward for more than just a defense. It can also be used to power many other magics. Instead of using gems created from corruption, the Kalgurans used runes of power and fueled them with Runic Ward. Many of the options available from Remnant crafting are new types of Kalguran skills that exclusively spend Runic Ward to wreak havoc. An example is Triskelion Cascade. Using it will cause your next spell to be triggered multiple times in a Triskelion pattern.
What?
You can use it with skills like Ice Nova that you cast from yourself,
Yo!
or with something you target at a distance, like Comet. There are
Yo.
also skills to modify existing effects
Cool.
using runic magic, like Frost Flame Nova. Using this skill on a pack of burning enemies will transform the Ignite into Frostfire, both burning them and building up freeze at the same time.
What the fuck?
You have
That's so
basic
big.
buffs like Hollow Shell that guards all nearby allies, to more complicated mechanics like the Mark of Repulsion that creates a mark capable of pushing away all nearby enemies. Instead of spending mana, like skill gems do, all these skills cost Runic Ward, and unlike gems, they don't have a color. This means that they don't care about attribute requirements, or what kind of weapon you use. These skills are designed to be used on any class, and so often interact with mechanics that apply across many characters. By
So you
combining
either
different runes together, the Kalgurans were able to support their
use
runic
ward
abilities,
for extra
and you
HP
can
or
as well.
per skill.
There is also a set of runic supports that can be combined with regular skill gems in interesting ways. Concussive Runes allows you to add these concussive shockwaves to any skill that stuns,
Oh my god.
while Runic Infusion lets you spend ward to directly empower the damage on any skill. Now, there
Okay.
are other quests during the campaign too that unlock even more interesting crafting methods. Buried deep in the jungle in Act 3, you can find the Mystic Refuge, containing even more secrets for Pharaoh to learn from.
Man, I can barely even reach Act 3.
Using this knowledge, he gains the ability to reforge unique weapons.
Unique?
With this technique, many low-level unique weapons can be upgraded to do significantly more damage. Now, we've been able to take a bunch of uniques that had interesting modifiers, but were not in-game viable, and give them a bit of a boost to get there. And it's not just low-level uniques. All Kalguran uniques are able to be runeforged this way too,
There's requirements.
and they can do some pretty interesting things.
It was really
Like
good wrong.
Searle's Grit, a new unique, which when runeforged can get one of several different outcomes. Now, there is still so much more that you can craft with remnants. There are also 100 new runes, as well as many other new crafting currencies.
That
This
means
is
there's
the
new
runes of
stash
Elder
tab.
after all, and some of these runes have quite powerful effects. For example, this elemental conversion rune will convert all the existing mods on a non-unique weapon from one element to another.
Ooh.
Using it, you could combine a weapon with all 3 elemental damage mods into a single element, making a weapon with massive amounts of cold damage.
Yo, that's huge.
There is also a rune that lets you destroy your rune sockets to turn them into a dual socket on your item.
What?
And there are even crafting meta runes that can unlock new types of mods when used with regular
Gamba?
crafting. For example, this Rune of Chronomancy will unlock a set of time-related mods to be crafted on your boots. Once placed inside, use regular crafting orbs to attempt to get new mods like cooldown speed or increased skill effectuation.
Ooh.
You can also create a new type of currency called alloys. Using regular metals alloyed with Verisium, new modifiers not normally available can be directly crafted onto your items. Using imbued alloy could improve your ailment damage, for example.
Ooh.
There
Okay.
are honestly so many options here that unlock all sorts of crazy crafting projects. So I think people will be experimenting with these for a long time. Once you get to King's March in Act 4, Pharaoh finally meets Danig, a real Kalguran runesmith. And riddled with excitement, he wants to learn how to merge modern Kalguran techniques with the ancient knowledge that he has found. From here on, Pharaoh joins in the Kalguran expeditions that Danig has been leading. With the ancient knowledge that Pharaoh brings to the table,
Oh,
the
it was that
Kalguran
guy.
expeditions that Danig has been going on will change significantly. For those of you who haven't played it, the Expedition League mechanic involves carefully placing explosives, uncovering the buried dead, and recovering Verisium from them.
Yeah, I remember
By
that.
choosing where to place the explosives, you can choose which kind of challenges you would like to face, or rewards you would like to claim.
I remember dying to that
Unlike
a lot.
before, expeditions now contain the remnants from Runes of Eldur, allowing you to do some specific crafts along the way using the new League crafting mechanic. One very important difference from the simple remnant encounters, though, is that the empowerments that the remnants grant apply to every monster down the explosive line for the rest of the encounter, stacking together.
Oh shit.
This can lead to some pretty extreme situations. If you stack too many remnants, you might be in for a fight beyond your abilities, but the rewards can be very worth it. Each mod on the monster is improving the items that they can drop. Once you get to the endgame, you will find that the Atlas has changed substantially. To the south, you will now find the coastline of Rayclast, with the ocean beyond. King's March has not fared well after the Cataclysm, and lays in ruins. Rog's shop has been destroyed, but he is much more concerned about his wife, Gwennon.
Oh shit.
He would like to launch an expedition deep into the ocean to find her. And this begins a new major mechanic for expedition, exploring the ocean. Previously,
The
a
ocean?
logbook was a single encounter. Now, using a logbook, you can send ships to explore an area of the ocean to the southeast, uncovering a range of islands to begin your search for Gwennon. You can hop from island to island, doing many new encounters. There are islands with expeditions, grand expeditions, new bosses, and all sorts of other unique things to find. Eventually, you will find the island that Gwennon has been holed up on. It turns out that she has found the tomb of an ancient Kalguran, Medved. While she appreciates you coming to her rescue, she is still keen to blow open the doors of the vault and take whatever you can find inside.
Of course.
It's just a shame that Medved isn't as dead as you previously assumed. Now, after you have defeated Medved, you will find
he's dead.
another logbook. And this time you can use it to choose which direction you want to explore. The ocean is vast and contains a huge number of new islands to find. With each logbook, you can explore one sector and you can go as deep as you like.
As deep as what?
There are all sorts of interesting objects to uncover and dungeons to explore.
That's huge, man.
Many of the islands have expeditions with totally new mechanics. So for example, here is a volcanic
Fishing?
island with
I thought
voltaic
fishing.
sulfite. Blowing up the sulfite will unleash extra waves of enemies. But there is also this wall with a suspicious light coming from behind it. On blowing it open, a giant ogre comes out,
What the fuck?
and he is determined to eat as much sulfite as possible. The more sulfite mounds that you have blown up, the more empowered and the more rewarding he will become. These islands contain all sorts of little secrets that you can find and blow up.
Yeah, I
Free
don't think I'll
trapped
be
wrists.
reaching that.
Blow open root doors, even raise ancient precursor technology. And of course, more bosses. There are more and further vaults to blow up, and one of them in particular is pretty important. The Tomb of Uhtred, the Star Drinker.
Oh?
Uhtred was responsible for calling down the meteors of Verisium, which the Kalgurans used to power their ancient magic. And upon defeating him, he calls down a truly gigantic one into the ocean nearby.
Oh shit.
On visiting it, you find that it is shrouded by a strange energy emanating from the Verisium core of the meteor within. There is something growing in there, and it can't be anything good. In order to gain entry, Danik suggests that the Triskelion Flame, an ancient Kalguran artifact that can absorb and cancel the effects of Verisium magic, could be used to enter. But to find it, you will need to locate the Tomb of Olroth, leader of the Knights of the Sun.
Oh?
Defeat him and gain access to whatever eldritch nightmare is growing inside. Now, we're not going to spoil the boss, but one thing you should know is that the Verisium that makes up the core of the meteor is of a quality that has not been available for millennia.
Quality?
Bringing this to Pharaoh and Danik should allow them to forge some objects of power, the creation of which has been lost to time. So that's the League, and there is a lot going on. To sum all that up, there is a new encounter with over 30 new monster types and over 30 new rune modifiers to enhance them. You can create more than 100 new runes to craft your gear, as well as dozens of other new currency items. And there are new quests added to the campaign to unlock even more new crafting options. Rune forging armors, upgrading uniques, dozens of new Kalguran skills and supports, tons of new islands to discover by exploring the ocean, 5 new bosses, including a new pinnacle boss.
Whoa! Said they won't spoil, but they spoiled
anyway. And a bunch of new uniques to top it off.
Fucking spider.
But there is still a ton more to come. It's time to talk about the massive changes to the endgame. But for that, I'll hand it back to Jonathan.
Now, as Mark hinted at before, the endgame atlas is very different now, and the ocean to the south is the least of the changes. The entire area around your starting location is now teeming with new questlines and things to discover. Will you investigate the strange forest to the west? The cracks in the earth to the east? Or perhaps visit the ruins of a Val city in the north? The atlas now has fixed points of interest at specific locations, giving you specific objectives that are easy to find. Like before though, no matter which objective you choose, going to towers to see what's out there is always a good idea. The first time you do that though, something new happens. The earth shakes, and a gigantic fortress rises from the earth. A remnant of the ancient precursor civilization.
Oh shit.
The cataclysm of the beast has caused an ancient protocol to be invoked. Should corruption ever take hold to this degree, the world must be scoured and purged of corruption. You will need to make your way into the fortress and activate the gates. Gain the keys to reach these ancient precursor weapons, and disarm them. But this will be no easy task. The fortress has many areas to explore and many new things to find.
Whoa.
You will power up ancient machines, fight new and deadly foes, discover many new areas, and uncover some dark secrets. Now, the Fortress is the first of the new full endgame storylines that we're adding in 050, and there's a lot going on with it. But not only that, it has some pretty cool new mechanics as well. The areas inside the Fortress are special. Many of them have new mechanics or rewards that they grant. Like this map, where all the rares are contained in essence crystals.
What?
Or this one, which replaces all monster packs in the area with strongboxes. Or this one, which spawns in as Mary Spirit that always moves on from a rare after you kill it, allowing you to chase it through the entire map.
What the heck?
Now, just like the normal areas of the Atlas, you'll need to fight the map boss of each area to complete the map. But unlike a normal map, the ones in the fortress each contain precursor nodes after the boss, and activating these nodes will give you points for the new and improved Atlas passive tree. Now, we had an Atlas passive tree before, but it was one of the areas of the endgame that just wasn't up to scratch. The Atlas tree now works quite a lot differently. We have significantly upgraded the kind of mechanics that you can find on the Atlas tree.
I have no idea
Like
what that
this
is,
one,
but
that gives a chance
okay.
to make rogue exiles you fight retreat from combat and move to an adjacent map. Before you fight them again, they'll upgrade their gear and come back with a grudge this time.
What?
There are also a lot of nodes that combine mechanics together in new ways, like this one which lets Ismeri spirits possess strongboxes. All the regular monsters that come out of them are touched by the spirit, and the rares are all possessed, giving you some incredible loot potential.
Oh.
You get points from every single area you complete in the fortress, and unlike before, that means you can allocate the entire Atlas tree. Yes, this whole tree can be yours. This change is pretty important, since it allows us to be able to create many types of bonuses that we wouldn't have been able to create before. Like this one, which gives a chance for cities to be invaded by another faction, and can even allow it to contain 2 faction leaders, allowing you to get 2 crisis fragments. If we'd done this kind of thing in the old tree, we would have wanted to spec into it before running a city map, then unspec out of it before running anything else. With full allocation, we can have cool bonuses like these. Obviously, we still want to make sure that you have choices that define your in-game Atlas build. So many nodes in the Atlas tree are now multi-choice. Everyone will get the node, but which bonus you choose to use is up to you. Do you want your powerful boss maps to contain more essences, summoning circles, or rogue exiles? But there's also nodes that contain more unusual things. So for example, on this node you can choose. Do you want to give a chance for shrines to instead be given to the map boss in the area, making them more challenging but dropping special loot? Or would you rather give a chance to be given a shrine buff before entering boss arenas, making for an easier fight?
Yes, I'm a bussy. Give me the buff.
Now, I could probably nerd out about cool stuff in the tree all day, but we should probably get back to the fortress. Now, one of the really important things we wanted to do was make it so that all the boss fights in the endgame are now accessible with a quest line. That means that to fight the Arbiter of Ash for the first time, you don't need to get lucky by finding keys. They will be in fixed locations and there's a quest to get them. But the Arbiter of Ash is no longer the pinnacle of Path of Exile 2. For that, you'll need to travel into the very center of the fortress. An incredible challenge awaits you should you choose to go there.
Ah, shit.
After the storyline, you still unlock keys for pinnacle bosses in the usual way, exploring the world and finding the keys required to get to them. But we have added a lot more interesting things to find out there as well. There are now all sorts of mechanics that can spawn on maps in the wilderness. For example, some maps might spawn as a rogue exile hunting ground, containing multiple rogue exiles who are there to hunt rare beasts. You might come upon them in the middle of a fight and be able to take out both of them. Or a map of champions that makes all the natural inhabitants of the area into magic monsters.
What?
Or this one that causes all shrines in the area to release as merry spirits when used. Once you have explored and found your keys, you can return to fight the pinnacle in the fortress again. But this version of him will be harder, and not only that, he will have new unique rewards as well. Each time you fight him, you get the ability to activate one section of the fortress, and any maps that you didn't finish there will be automatically completed, giving you all the Atlas points. So if you're the type of player who doesn't want to explore the fortress, and instead just race out into the infinite Atlas, you still have a way to get all those points.
Okay.
So that's the Origins of Divinity storyline. It's a huge
That's
amount
not
of
too
new
bad.
content, with a ton of new areas, 5 new bosses, including a pinnacle, with a bunch of new unique items. But not only that, it also completely revamps the Atlas tree, and includes a ton of new map mechanics that you can find both inside
No,
and
I hate
outside the
Jamano.
fortress.
Get that shit away from me.
But this is just one of the new storylines. So let's talk about the next one now, Masters of the Atlas. Now earlier we talked about how the multi-choice nodes in the tree allow you to still have an in-game atlas build, but we didn't think that was quite enough. You have an Ascendancy class for your passive tree, why not an Ascendancy class for your atlas tree? Well, that's where the Masters of the Atlas come in. Throughout Rayclast are many opportunities for those with the skills to find them. Atlas Masters are willing to train you in these skills if you're able to help them in return. One such master is Jado, a member of the Order of the Jinn, an organization that secures powerful artifacts to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Jado will send you on missions to investigate strange occurrences on the Atlas and recover the artifacts causing them. And for each one you recover, he will gain more trust in you and teach you more ways of the Order of the Jinn. At level 1, you could choose to massively increase the chance for rare and unique chests, or make it so that all map bosses drop an additional unique item.
Oh.
Or make corrupted waystones have an additional modifier, but at the cost of making them send you to a totally unknown location. Each mission you complete for Jado will unlock another row of abilities and give you another point to allocate, letting you choose how you want to specialize. But there are other masters too. For example, Hilda. Hilda is a member of a guild of monster hunters.
Ow.
She will send you on missions to assassinate specific deadly creatures around Rayclast and harvest their parts. In exchange, she will teach you her monster hunting skills, like this one, which adds a 25% chance to upgrade any map boss to a powerful version. Or this one, which makes his Marian spirits no longer possess rare monsters, making them go for the unique bosses in the area instead. You might notice that many of the effects on these are both upsides and downsides. So Hilda, for example, can make it so that you only get one attempt when fighting pinnacle bosses, but in exchange for that, they always drop 2 uniques.
Ooh.
Because of that, we wanted it to be easy to swap between them depending on what you're doing. As you unlock each master, they will appear on the side of the screen. Simply click whichever one you want to use to run the map, and all the bonuses you have selected for that master will be activated.
Okay.
This allows you to have a few different strategies that you can quickly pick between, depending on what you're running at the moment. Now, one thing that's been pretty obvious is that the in-game leagues we created when launching Early Access in 010 were not really up to the standard of the leagues we did since then. Fate of the Vaal and Rise of the Abyssal just have a lot more going on than Delirium or Expedition, for example. We wanted to do a serious upgrade to all of these mechanics before we do our 1.0 release, and so that's what we've done. All 4 of the leagues we launched in Early Access have been upgraded with not only new quest lines, but new mechanics, new crafting systems, new uniques, and new pinnacle bosses. One of the really important changes we made to all the leagues is that you can now find them on the Atlas in specific locations, and each one has a quest line that will lead you there to being able to complete the league, along with its Atlas tree and its pinnacle boss. This is true even for the leagues that we didn't do major redesigns to, so let's use Abyss as an example. When you first encounter one in the endgame, you'll get a quest that leads you to the east, where you will find these mega abyss cracks in the earth leading away from the Well of Souls. All the maps along the cracks will contain abysses with special properties, and mapping along these cracks will close the Atlas scale abysses, giving you points for the Abyss Atlas tree. At the end of each Atlas abyss, you'll find an Abyssal Depths, with the boss fight for one of the Abyssal factions, giving you a guaranteed way to fight them. And after completing all 3, you'll get a key for the Well of Souls, allowing you to fight the Vessel of Kulamak. This kind of thing makes an in-game league so much more friendly for new players, giving people obvious goals and a guided experience to complete them. Alright, so let's talk about the first of the upgraded leagues, Delirium, and its new storyline, The Hare and the Raven. As you may remember, during Act 4 you were tricked into releasing an ancient entity from a Karui prison known as Tangmazu, the Raven Trickster.
Okay, I remember that.
Tangmazu delights in breaking the minds of those who step through his mirrors, and when touching one, he will attempt to destroy your mind with twisted abominations generated from your worst fears. In Return of the Ancients, the first time you approach one of his Delirium encounters in the endgame, you will find Elder Maddox locked in a trance. His mind is trapped in one of Tangmazu's delusions, and you will need to free him. Once free, Elder Maddox demands that as you caused this problem, you should put it right. He asks you to travel west to the Withered Willow, the location he believes that Tangmazu first gained his powers. But be careful. As you travel there, the Raven Trickster will attempt to break your mind. Each map around the Withered Willow features Delirium encounters. Now this is more than a simple quest upgrade. The mechanic of Delirium has been overhauled and expanded. At the bottom of the screen, there is now a bar that indicates how deep into Delirium you are. You can see which direction leads deeper by looking at the fog, and the deeper you go, the more challenges you will face. By looking at the bar, you can see how long you have until the delirium ends. And you can also see special encounters that you will face if you're able to go deep enough into the fog.
Okay.
At the end of the bar is always the boss of the map, but we now have a variety of other encounters that you might find as you explore the horrors of your own mind. For example, you might encounter a purple mirror shard that when shattered will cause all the enemies to become more nightmarish. After hitting this, you'll notice the delirium demons are enhanced, significantly more powerful, larger, and scarier in general, along with more rewards. Or should you encounter a red mirror shard, you'll be sent into the depths of your mind. And must escape it while fighting off hordes of your worst fears.
What the fuck, man?
If you are able to do so, you will gain a powerful amulet with 2 instilled notables on it. Once you reach the Withered Willow, Elder Maddox discovers that a shard of the mirror is missing. You will need to track down Tangmazu and restore it if you have a hope of discovering how to defeat him, and that means entering the Raven Trickster's mirrors in an attempt to locate him. Each area around the Withered Willow contains delirium encounters, so that's a good place to start. As you do deliriums, some of the special encounters will drop liquid emotions. Normally these emotions can be used to instill amulets to add notable passive buffs to them, but in Return of the Ancients, emotions have a new function as well. Each one now has the ability to add crafted mods to jewels, allowing you to add specific mods to an item slot that can be quite difficult to roll. For example, Liquid Despair will allow you to add critical hit chance, while Liquid Suffering will allow you to add movement speed or Air of Effect to your jewels, but there are many more.
Oh.
Once you've done enough delirium encounters, the location of a Grand Mirror, an entrance into Tangmazu's realm, is revealed, but it won't be that simple to enter. Using his powers, he reflects the map boss for a ridiculous empowered fight, then destroys the entrance into his realm of madness. In order to find him now, you'll need to let the insanity fully into your mind. A strange fruit is left behind which you can consume to fully embrace the madness in an attempt to reach the Raven Trickster's realm. Consuming the fruit will cover an entire area of the Atlas in fog, and every map you do in the fog will get progressively harder and harder as you explore the deeper reaches of your mind. At some point you enter a new layer. A simulacrum of your memories, twisted and perverted by the Raven Trickster. Should you be able to complete the simulacrum, Tangmazu will believe that you are worthy of a true challenge, and will let you take the remaining shard of his mirror, allowing you to enter his realm of madness back at the Withered Willow. If you dare to face him, it will be a fearsome challenge.
What the fuck?
So, that's the new storyline of Delirium. As you can see, it's not only a questline, there are new mechanics, new crafting options, and new boss fights. But one question you might have is, what happens after? Well, once you've completed the story, Grand Mirrors will start appearing on the Atlas sometimes after completing Delirium encounters. After doing the Grand Mirror, you can select where on the Atlas you want to do your fruit-induced drug trip and get another key to fight Tangmazu. But this time, the fight will be quite a bit harder, and not only that, the fight will be able to drop a bunch of new uniques that were not available in the questline version. We'll show some of those later. After doing a Grand Mirror, the decision of where to spread the fog can be important, because there are some potent emotions that only come from certain map bosses affected by Delirium this way. Like all emotions, they can craft special mods onto jewels, but these potent emotions can create mods that you can't get any other way. So for example, Potent Liquid Melancholy is an emotion that can only come from human bosses, and allows you to add a variety of on-hit effects. Also, you might want to try instilling amulets with these emotions. They could have some interesting effects, with some powerful notables that do not normally exist on the tree. Like Storm's Rebuke, which makes Armor Break boost your cold and lightning damage. But also notables from a clearly deranged mind, like Calm's Blessing. This skill allows you to ancestrally boost fire spells after using a Warcry. How about using an Ancestral Flame Blast?
What?
Now, just like before, you can also upgrade the League by getting points for a dedicated Delirium Atlas tree. But this now works in a much better way and has much cooler effects. The maps in the Delirium area of the Atlas give you Delirium passive points for completing them, so it's easy to see how to progress. Some nodes will add new types of mirror shard encounters to your Deliriums. Like this one, which will pause the Delirium for some amount of time, allowing you to more easily get to higher depths. Or this one, which adds extra Delirium modifiers to monsters when you pick it up. There are also nodes that can add new types of drops, like this one, which modifies simulacrum encounters to add special liquid emotions, which can craft time-lost jewels. And nodes that apply to the Atlas mechanics of the League, like this one, which causes the Grand Mirror to spread Delirium fog over a larger area of the Atlas, potentially containing multiple simulacrums. Alright, so that's the changes to Delirium. The core mechanic now includes a bunch of new things to find, new monsters to kill,
that's a lot.
and has new mechanics on the Atlas. It also has new crafting system for jewels, and over 20 new unlockable notables for amulets. Not only that, but you have a new pinnacle boss with a bunch of new unique items, and a massively upgraded Atlas tree just for Delirium. But there's still a lot more to come, so let's talk about Breach next. When you first do a Breach in the endgame, you will find Aelith, one of the Keepers of the Flame, an ancient order of monks dedicated to preventing the Hiveborn from entering the world. As you seem to be a keen slayer of demons, Aelith would like to recruit you to the order and asks that you travel to their monastery to the south. On the way there, you'll start to encounter more breaches, and will notice one of the first changes to the breach mechanic. You still have to kill monsters as fast as you can to keep the breach open, but now you can visibly see how much time you have left to keep it open, and how each kill extends its duration. Once you've reached the monastery, you will learn more about the Keepers. In the 25 years since the events of Keepers of the Flame in Path of Exile 1, the war with the Hiveborn has not gone well, and they have managed to establish a foothold in the world nearby. A gigantic area has fallen to the Scourge, and the Keepers are unable to get inside. Inside the monastery is the Genesis Tree, a powerful asset to the war effort, stolen from the enemy and gifted to the Keepers by the Dreamer himself. Using the tree, Aelith could create a breach stone and penetrate the Hiveborn foothold, but without Hiveblood, the tree has withered. To get Hiveblood, you will need to take advantage of another new mechanic of breach. If you can keep the otherworldly portal open for long enough, the breach will stabilize and will enter a new phase. The Hiveborn will send their toughest miscreations to defeat you, and the breach will not close until you can annihilate them, dropping Hiveblood that you can use to restore the Genesis Tree.
What?
In some cases, you may even attract one of the deadliest foes the Hiveborn can offer, a Marshal of Zesht. These monsters also drop womb gifts, and if you take these to the Genesis Tree, they can be used to craft items to help you in the war against the Hiveborn. Given that 25 years have passed since the beginning of the war, the tree has grown and withered many times, but with each cycle it learns and expands its abilities. When you first open the Genesis Tree, you will notice these holes into which you can place your womb gifts. Each womb gift can be used to create a different type of jewelry, and must be fertilized with Hiveblood. So for example, you can place this amulet womb gift into the tree, and it will give birth to a random rare amulet. But the Genesis Tree is capable of much more. As you continue to feed the tree, its branches will regenerate, and allow you more and more control over what kind of items it will birth. So for example, this branch of the tree will allow you to control which base types of amulets can be birthed. And as you go deeper, it will even allow you to create new base types that you can't get anywhere else.
What?
Like this one, which gives you an entire spirit skill for free.
Free?
Or this one, which has a rune socket in it. To the left and right are branches that will let you control which mods the amulet can get, including making sure that they're higher level, or controlling which specific mods that they will always have. With 15 points to allocate, you will have to choose wisely how you want to specialize your crafts, but it's worth noting that this tree doesn't have any cost to respecking it. You can enable or disable the nodes at any time by clicking on them. On rings, we've also added some really interesting new crafting options as well. You have a bunch of new base types like these, but you also have entire new classes of mods that can be added. The right-hand branch of the ring tree adds an entire new set of caster mods to rings. From basics like extra elemental damage for spells, or more niche options like this mod that increases the rate you gain seals for Unleash. And on the left-hand side, you can unlock an entire new set of mods for minion characters. This stuff is actually pretty important, because casters and minion builds didn't have as many slots with interesting item crafting compared to attack builds. The Genesis tree narrows that gap. There are also trees for belts and currency. I won't go over them too much here, but there are all sorts of goodies in these too, like being able to create new catalysts for jewels.
What?
Or a belt that gives lightning damage.
That they won't go over it.
Once you've done enough breach encounters, you may finally get a womb gift capable of birthing a breach stone. And you can then use it on the Hiveborn incursion. Once used, the true extent of the Breach Demon's foothold becomes clear. They have not only transformed the land, but constructed huge sky hives as well. When you enter the outskirts of their realm, you will discover breach hives. Using the power of the Keepers of the Flame, these otherworldly structures can be burned away when walking through them. But for each one destroyed, more of the Hiveborn will attack when you attempt to purge the hive.
Okay.
These encounters are particularly rewarding for womb gifts, so you'll want to do as many of these as you can. But your real goal are the sky hives deeper into the domain. These twisted creations are securing the demon's entry into our world. Inside the very center are the Breach Lords Tool and Ash, and you'll need to defeat them if you want to get rid of the foothold once and for all.
What the fuck?
Now, once you've completed the questline version, there is still more to do. You will find other breach domains on the Atlas randomly in your travels. For each one, you will need to find a breach stone, destroy the sky hives, and defeat the Breach Lords. And doing these encounters is what will give you access to fight Zesht, the existing Breach Pinnacle boss, which you can access by communing with the Dreamer himself inside the monastery. While completing the questline for Breach, you will also be gaining points for the Breach Atlas tree, and there are a lot of cool new options here.
Oh my god.
This node will cause breach hives to spawn outside of the Hiveborn domains on the Atlas. And this one will give Aelith additional abilities that you can use while attacking a hive. Like this one, which causes all Hiveborn in the next wave to be magic, drastically increasing their difficulty in exchange for way more items. There are also nodes that allow you to control your rewards, like this one, which adds a set of new lineage supports to the Marshal of Zesht. Or this one, which lets you control which womb gifts you will get. There's also some nodes that affect the Genesis tree, like this one, which will cause Zesht to drop his head, which when returned to the Genesis tree, will grow a grasping orchid on the side of it. You'll have to experiment to find out what this thing is good for. Putting rings on its fingers seems to make it happy. So that's a rundown of what you can expect from the new Breach questline. There's a new stabilization mechanic for breaches, hive encounters, and Hiveborn incursions on the Atlas. But you also have a huge new crafting system and new bosses as well. Alright, so let's talk about the Rite of the Nameless storyline next. When you first complete a ritual in the endgame, Aoife, a lost spirit, will appear. She appears to need your help, but isn't able to communicate more than a few words, beckoning you to come to the Wildwood. Like the other leagues, Ritual now has a place on the Atlas to call home. The Wildwood could be found to the west. When you first arrive there, Aoife's spirit will guide you in, where you will discover that inside the Wildwood, spirits can take physical form. Aoife has been bound to this place by the King in the Mists, and requests that you free her, but in order to do so, you will need her body, currently in possession of the King. To reclaim it, you will need to gain an audience with him. Inside the Wildwood, there are many ritual encounters to complete. Like before, in each area, triggering rituals will resurrect the nearby bound monsters to attack you, and killing the monsters will give you tribute. In addition, each ritual you do in the area will add the monsters from the previous ritual, making the encounters much more challenging the more rituals you complete. Once you've completed them, spend your tribute to get items. Now, an important change to the rewards of Ritual is that all the items in the reward window are now uniques or omens, making this league's rewards much more valuable than before. In order to gain an audience with the Nameless King, you need to sacrifice tribute to him. Any remaining tribute you don't spend can be sacrificed this way to fill up this bar. Once you have enough tribute for an audience, return to the Wildwood to divine his location with the Nameless Shrine. His location will be revealed deeper in the Wildwood, and you will need to make your way to him, kill him, and get Aoife's body. Using her body, you can attempt to release her spirit, but this is when you learn about the true threat of the League. The Wildwood is built on top of an ancient prison. The King in the Mists didn't gain his power out of nowhere. He was granted it by an ancient being of darkness known as the Bodark, and the Nameless King's use of this power has been causing the prison to weaken. In order to prevent the Bodark from entering the world, a champion will need to enter its prison and beat him back, but those with a name are unable to survive there. In order to do so, you will need to transfer your name to another with a new mechanic in the Ritual League, the Rite of the Nameless. The rite will begin in a nearby forest. At first, it appears to be a regular ritual encounter, but that will soon change. The final ritual of the area will include the map boss.
The fucking monkey?
And defeating him will give you a piece of the effigy onto which you will transfer your name.
No, fuck that monkey.
But the ritual is still not complete. Once the map boss is defeated, the atlas will open, and you will need to pick another adjacent map to continue the ritual. During the rite, each adjacent map will have different rewards to tempt you. So for example, if you go in this direction, you gain significantly more tribute. But if you go in this direction, the uniques in the reward window will turn into currency instead. You can also sometimes get offered specific items that will be added as rewards. So in this case, you'll have to choose if you want to get 5 Chaos Orbs or a Mage Blood. A difficult decision, I'm sure. Now, as this is one continuous ritual, the encounters in the next map won't start from scratch. They contain all the monsters that were gathered from the rituals of the previous map as well, making them harder and harder. And that includes the map boss too. You will need to defeat both map bosses in the final encounter for your next effigy piece. And it still doesn't end there. Pick another map, another reward, and add another map boss to continue until the ritual of the Nameless is complete. It will take 5 maps in all, and will be an incredible challenge.
Wait, guys, that's a lot.
But once complete, you can return to the Wildwood to perform the final rite. Transfer your name to the effigy, adorn the crown of the Nameless King, and enter the prison. Now of course, once the Pinnacle boss is complete, the League doesn't end there. As you do rituals on the Atlas, you can continue to give tribute to the King in the Mists for another audience. Pick another forest to begin the Rite of the Nameless once more,
I'm
and this
already
time
lost.
with a harder Pinnacle boss and new unique items to find.
I have
Of course,
no
we've
idea
also
what's happening.
significantly upgraded the Ritual Atlas tree. Get points by completing maps in the Wildwood, and you'll be
There's
able to
more
unlock some pretty
trees.
cool nodes.
Oh, fuck my...
Some of them affect the Rite of the Nameless, like this one, which extends its duration. You thought fighting 5 map bosses at once was hard? How about 6? Or this one, which makes maps during the
No.
Rite have more reward mods, often having 2. You also have nodes that allow things to combine with other content, like this one, which gives a chance for rituals to be created inside summoning circles, adding a random boss to the ritual encounter. There is even a node which adds a new type of possible ritual, the Audience with the Queen, which causes the Bride of the King to sometimes appear. Okay, so that's ritual. But let's have a look at what this means for endgame content as a whole for Path of Exile 2. When you include the expedition changes made by the League, we have a total of 5 new in-game storylines, each of which has a hub, crafting systems, areas to explore, NPCs, and a pinnacle boss as a capstone. Not to mention the Masters of the Atlas storyline as well. But more importantly, you now have immediate quests as soon as you arrive at the endgame, and goals with obvious progressions that you can see how to finish. Each in-game questline has a progress bar that you can pop out from the side of the Atlas screen at any time that shows you how far through you are, and buttons that will take you to the hubs for them. Overall, it's just a way better in-game experience with a significant number of fun objectives to complete.
Fuck do you
But
mean?
just in case you didn't have enough goals, we did have one other thing that you might want to complete this league. These are called challenge leagues after all. Where are all the challenges? Well, players of Path of Exile 1 will be used to the fact that each league comes with a series of challenges that you can complete in order to prove that you are indeed the best. We haven't done these yet in Path of Exile 2, but it's time to change that. If you're able to complete them, you'll earn pieces of the Knight of Alder armor set. Opening the challenge screen will show you a series of 8 challenges. After completing each one, anyone in chat or in the forums will be able to see your prowess. In addition, you'll get a statue to put in your hideout showing anyone you trade with how many challenges you've completed.
Okay.
You'll earn the first piece of the armor set after doing 2 challenges, and the full armor set after completing all 8. So that covers all the content you'll encounter in Return of the Ancients. But what about some new tools to fight against these new pinnacles with? Well, we also have some new Ascendancy classes as well, but to introduce them, I'll hand you guys back to Mark.
As Jonathan said, we have 2 new classes to show you today, the Spirit Walker and the Martial Artist. Let's start with the Huntress's new class, the Spirit Walker.
Huntress. I thought it was
The
a
Spirit
bird.
Walker has developed an affinity with the Asmerian animal spirits. She is able to infuse the power of multiple spirits at her choosing.
Whoa, what
On the
fuck?
bottom part of the class, you will find paths for each wisp you would like to commune with, be they primal, vivid, or wild. Each one can give you different abilities that align with the stag, owl, or bear. Each ability gives you a method to become possessed by wisps of that type, and a new ability when you spend them. The stag allows you to summon stampedes when you attack. The owl grants boons in the form of their feathers, which adds extra projectiles and enhances the projectile speed of your next skill. And the bear simply summons a giant bear companion to your side. The bear will maul, slam, leap, and do intimidating roars to debuff your enemies. Now you can specialize more into each of these wisps, but if you want to combine all 3 of them, then a new hidden power will be unlocked, the power of the Sacred Wisps. This node is free and enhances the quality of all 3 of your spirit animals. Your bear will take some of the damage you take and grant you life regeneration. Your stags will become more aggressive, leaping towards enemies, and your owl-empowered skills will leave a trail of soaring ground behind them. But that's not all. The Spirit Walker has other powers beyond wisps, such as Idolatry, which can give you large bonuses for using idol socketables in your equipment.
What?
And this one, which is my absolute favorite. The Spirit Walker, having attuned herself with nature, can gain the ability to tame beast bosses, opening up a whole suite of very cool options for your build. Maybe you tame the mighty Silverfist in the jungle depths.
Oh shit. I think I know what I'm gonna do.
Or maybe a 3-headed chimeral beast in the chimeral wetlands. Or then there's a giant frozen owl beast, Rakar, the Frozen Talon. There's so many choices. You're going to have to experiment a bunch with this one, and I'm very excited to see what bosses you all choose to have as your trusted boss companion. Next up, we have the Monk's new Ascendancy class, the Martial Artist. After decades of training, he has mastered 3 of the 7 Hollow techniques. Channeling Hollow Form technique allows the Martial Artist to create illusions of himself, which then use a skill of your choosing. Perfect for turning skills with less area of effect into ones that can obliterate packs with ease. Should you find yourself overly vulnerable while channeling, you might want to take Way of the Mountain, which causes you to be covered in stone when you immobilize enemies, mitigating large amounts of damage. This can even enhance your attacks too. By hardening your weapon in stone, you can deal even more damage. After taking Hollow Focus technique, you can manifest your spiritual energy into objects. In this case, bells, which will appear around the martial artist and can be shattered by any of his attacks, even ones from the Hollow Form technique earlier. Hollow Resonance technique furthers that by adding a manifested bell to your back, which rings each time you deal a critical strike, damaging all enemies around you. Through all the martial artist's thorough training, he has mastered the flow of internal spiritual energy too, and has engraved runic tattoos around his meridians. By doing this, he can gain the benefit of extra runes. Just open your inventory and add the runes. There is one that counts as a helmet, 2 as a body armor, 1 as gloves, and 1 as boots.
Okay.
Finally, your hands, the ultimate expression of a master of the martial arts. Taking Way of the Stone Fist will cause your gloves to become a new base type when equipped. Each modifier on the original pair of gloves has an equivalent, more powerful, and more impactful modifier. For example, these gloves add some physical damage, cold damage, lightning damage, some resistances, and life gain on hit. Now, when I equip these, they become literal fists of stone, and not only grant me a bunch more evasion and energy shield, they now also grant a lot more damage, some maximum resistances, and a significantly higher amount of life gained on hitting enemies. With all the different rune combinations you could do, and the different modifiers on gloves, there's a ton of different build options, and we're looking forward to seeing what you can come up with. Now, with so many new bosses in Return of the Ancients, of course we want to have a huge number of unique rewards. There are some pretty cool things in here, so we wanted to show you a few of them. Twisted Empyrean is a two-handed mace made from the purest of Verisium, combined with the beast's corruption. It converts all of your mace's skills fire damage to cold, and visually does so too, turning your volcanic fissures into glacial ones. This mace also comes with its own built-in skill, Starborn Onslaught. Using Glory, you can leap backwards, throwing your mace at the ground, creating Verisium fissures, before calling behind it a storm of cold metallic bolts from the stratosphere.
What the fuck?
Next, we have Eventide Petals, an amulet that not only grants runic ward, but also comes with its own reservation skill, Midnight Zenith. This skill causes your critical hits to grant Arctic petals that hover around you. Once you have acquired enough of these petals, they will be consumed, creating a floral ice crystal near an enemy. Then, destroy that crystal to do devastating cold damage to everything around it. The Raven's Flock is a staff perfect for minion characters. Not only does it grant spirit reservation efficiency and minion damage, it also allows your minions to inflict grueling madness on hit, slowing enemies and making all other slows on them more powerful, for maximum crowd control. That's not where this item shines though. It grants a skill called Spiraling Conspiracy. This skill causes a flock of ravens to circle you, dealing damage over time to anything near them. Killing enemies, or just by standing near unique enemies, causes the flock to grow, getting larger and larger. For your PoE 1 players, you can think of this just like a Raven Righteous Fire. That's not all, however. These ravens are also minions, so they fully scale with minion damage and come with their own command skill, Mad Flight. This command skill causes your flock to create a tunnel of deathly damage between a set of illusory mirrors, obliterating anything in between.
Okay.
Horror's Flight is a pair of gloves instilled with the purest of fear. Equipping these causes your enemies to become terrified of you. These gloves cause you to gain stacks of fear incarnate when you cull enemies. To aid in your culling, these gloves also come with the skill Crushing Fear. This is similar to the monk skill Killing Palm, except it deals chaos damage, and the amount of damage and area of effect scales drastically based on the power of the enemy. As you use this, gain your stacks of Fear Incarnate, which increases your culling threshold, meaning enemies become easier and easier to cull, even to the point of being able to instantly kill some monsters from full life.
Okay.
Sylvan's Effigy is a scepter for those wanting to run companions. It allows you to have any number of companions of different types, instead of the normal restriction of just one per type. But what makes this cool is the Asmerian wolf companion it comes with. This is a persistent minion that bites foes to maim them, leaps to cause bleeding, and even howls to buff nearby allies.
Additionally, it comes with the command skill Eternal Hunt, which when used it will howl, calling on the spirits to manifest spectral wolves to ambush all foes around you. Liminal Coil is a crazy wand. It allows you to apply as many curses as you please, but those curses will have no effect. What's the point then? 2 reasons. Firstly, your spells gain a bunch of extra physical and chaos damage for each curse on enemies. Secondly is the skill it grants called Coiling Bolts. This skill is a projectile spell that fires coiling physical and chaos projectiles with every cast. What makes this skill truly special though is that it will split and chain through every cursed enemy, causing an absolute ruckus. See for yourself.
What the heck, man?
Periphery is a unique bow, which utilizes all the powers of the Asmerian spirits by dealing damage of all elements. And all elements can cause all ailments.
What?
The coolest thing about this bow, however, is the Asmerian Swarm skill. These are minions that are summoned when you kill enemies. They will pursue all nearby enemies, damaging them and inflicting a debuff on them that boosts your elemental damage even further. Watch as you mow enemies down, and the swarms of Asmerian wisps aid you, melting enemies one screen at a time.
Oh my god, that's new.
The Ordained is a new spear, mastering in physical and lightning damage, with high critical strike chance too. This spear allows you to leech life not only from physical damage, but lightning too. It also creates a fragment of divinity nearby periodically. What are those? Well, this spear has the skill Righteous Descent, which is an epic, divine leap, aided by angelic wings. If you use the skill when a fragment of divinity is nearby, it will become empowered, dealing significantly more damage, gaining massive area of effect, and bypassing its cooldown. When fighting a boss, let a bunch of the fragments spawn, and then just unleash your divine havoc, obliterating them. Last, but not least, we have a new unique jewel, Voices. Voices is simple.
Voices.
It consumes 1 jewel slot to add more. There are versions that add 2 jewel slots, 3 jewel slots, and for those who are absurdly lucky or rich, one with 4 jewel slots.
Or rich.
Equip it and notice the slots appear next to your character's portrait in the center. One of the things we are concerned about is how long it takes for experienced players to replay through the game in each new league.
Yes, I know.
As we learned from Path of Exile 1, one of the things that can really help is having elements in the campaign that tell you where to go, if you know what to look for. We'll cover just one example per act for Acts 1 to 3, but there are many more than just these. For example, Hunting Grounds in Act 1 is a large, sparse area, containing multiple entrances and landmark encounters. Here's an example of some of the changes we've made here. Finding the ritual encounter in this area isn't too difficult. Now after completing it, a trail of locusts will lead to the entrance to Freythorn. Just follow it and find the source of the evil.
What do you mean? Last time I played, that was the last thing I found.
Dead animals, killed and pecked at by the crowbell. You'll notice a trail of blood leading away from them. Follow the trail and it will lead directly to the boss. We even put a signpost on the road to tell you which way to go to find Ogham Village. In Act 2, in the Mastodon Badlands, you need to find the Lightless Caverns and track down the Abyssal. Now to make this quicker, in the level you'll find these cracks. Just follow them, and it will take you right to their lair, allowing you to find and unlock the Well of Souls. In Act 3, the jungle areas have camps of explorers to sell you items. However, they are now even more useful. By talking to the explorers, they will point towards the next area. Not only that, but it will also reveal it on the minimap, so you can know exactly where to go. These are just some examples. We plan to do more and more of these over time in order to streamline the experience.
Good. Now let me skip them.
As this is an in-game expansion, it makes sense that we would work on Atlas QOL. We've added a search box that updates live as you type. Have a specific map you want to run? Now they will be much easier to find. If there are multiple maps, hitting enter will move you from map to map. Now, making a character build in Path of Exile 2 can be pretty complex. And instead of designing a build yourself, many players enjoy following online build guides. We have a pretty awesome community that has built many tools over the years for designing builds, but we wanted to improve the experience of following them. So, we are introducing a new build guide system directly into the game client.
Oh, yo!
Here's how it works. Community creators who write build guides can now create a new file format, a build file. Once downloaded, the builds appear in the in-game client, and selecting one will show you everything you need to know to make that build. So you can see all the passives you need to allocate, ascendancy points you need to take, skill gems you need to equip, and recommendations for all the support gems you need to use as well. For items, the build designer can specify which uniques to use in each slot, or if needed, just add some notes to the item slot to say what kind of item you need. In fact, build creators can add notes to just about any of these areas, allowing them to explain different trade-offs in context, or just give more info about how these things should be used. They can also give level ranges to each element, allowing recommendations to change over time. Great for builds that need to respec after they reach a certain level. Now, all of this is written in a standardized build format that creators can use, and we imagine that a lot of community build tools will be updated to add support for this format. Now that we have trade market searching built into the in-game client, we have added the ability to price check items you can find more easily. Control-Alt-clicking an item will now search for it on the trade market, showing you the current prices.
For add-ons.
For rare items, it's handy to exclude some mods, so we added the ability to enable and disable each mod so you can see what effect each one has on the price. Next up, we're going to be talking about the new supporter packs for Return of the Ancients. Today, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Blood Reaver and Divinity packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Blood Reaver series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Let blood fuel your bloodshed. The Exsanguinator weapon effect draws the blood of enemies you've slain and funnels it into your weapons.
That's cool.
Turn the appearance of your endurance, frenzy, and power charges into orbiting globules of blood with the Blood Reaver charges. While your charges are active, these blood orbs will grow in size when you absorb more blood from nearby enemies. There are options to have pure blood charges, or charges that still display which kind of charge they are at their core. A taste for blood doesn't negate a taste for style. The Elite Blood Reaver armor features crimson leathers and golden accents to set yourself apart from uncivilized leeches. It also features a back attachment, fashioned out of the wing of a colossal bat. Alongside every Blood Reaver is their trusted gargoyle pet. In true gargoyle fashion, they take the form of a stone statue when you are idle, leaping into action when you're on the move again.
Yo, that's cool.
What good is immortality if you don't have a vast mansion to come home to at the end of the day? The Eternal Blood Reaver supporter pack contains the Blood Reaver Manor Hideout. This exquisite 2-story estate features an organ, a grand dining table, and cages for your visitors.
Visitors?
You can alter the walls to create as many or few rooms as you like. Last but not least, the Servant of the Manor, eternally bound to the Order of the Blood Reavers. This henchman will manage your store, so you can spend more time spilling blood.
Stop that. We won't disappoint you. But if we do, you've our permission to beat us most violently.
What?
The Divinity Pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Call on Divinity to aid you in eluding enemy hits with the Divinity Dodge Roll effect. As you sprint, actual Divine Lightning wings will form out of your back, leaving a trail of radiance as you engage or escape from combat. For situations that are too dicey, call on the gods above to send down the Storm of Divinity portal to create a safe passage for you to retreat through. Adorn yourself with the Knight of Divinity armor set, a highly revered attire only bestowed to those deemed worthy for the divine cause. Equipping the Divine Surge character effect empowers you with a storm of divine energy. Using skills causes the storm to burst from your character, spilling raw divinity into the area around you. The Arbiter of Divinity wings are the final piece remaining to emphasize the force divinity has over this realm. This ancient precursor machine was found locked away in a highly guarded vault. Its original purpose is unclear, but it has been altered to fuel your maps using the pure, everlasting divinity within the statue. The pillars surrounding represent how many portals you have left for your map. This map device also tracks your progress as you complete the new Origins of Divinity storyline, added this expansion. Additionally, all microtransactions from the supporter packs will be made available for use in Path of Exile 1. On release weekend, we will also be releasing the Return of the Ancients mystery box, which will contain 2 armor sets, a set of map devices for your in-game adventures, a new tracking scroll that records the amount of currency you've gained from the currency exchange or your shop, and much more, like a set of finisher effects and affinity stashes. That's not all, however. The Fragment Stash tab is finally coming to Path of Exile 2, and with it comes some tabception. Inside this one tab, there's a tab for your various boss key fragments. There's also a tab for all your precursor tablets, with each type of tablet getting 6 tabs of storage. Finally, there's a tab for your Djinn barriers and inscribed ultimatums, both of which get their own 6 tabs. That's a lot of tabs.
So that's everything in 050. This is by far the biggest update we've ever made to PoE 1 or 2. New in-game storylines, pinnacle bosses,
that's a lot of updates, man.
Crafting systems, items, ascendancy classes, and so much more. Now, because this update contains so much in-game content, we're doing significantly more testing than usual. For that to happen, we're taking a little longer than usual between the announcement and the release. 050 will be released in 3 weeks on May the 29th, with the patch notes being released on the Friday before that, on May 21st. But there's just one more thing to talk about. Now that the endgame is up to scratch, we have to start talking about our plan for 1.0 release. The feedback we've had during early access has been critical for making all the improvements that we'll be making to the game. At the same time, we had to create enough in-game content to make an RPG that can call itself a successor to Path of Exile 1. Well, with 050, we now believe we have reached that point, and so this is going to be the last full-size league during early access. That's right, the next big update is going to be 1.0.
Ooh.
Now, normally we would do our next big content release in August, but in the run-up to full release, our plans take a little longer on this one. As big as 050 is, 1.0 is even bigger. So we'll be launching 1.0 this year sometime after ExileCon. But that doesn't mean we won't be doing updates in the meantime. In this final phase, we have a lot of things to polish throughout the game and balance to improve. I'm sure there'll also be feedback about the new endgame that we need to incorporate too. The difference is that the focus is not going to be on adding more content like the previous updates, it's going to be on improving what we already have. But we still want to encourage people to try out all the balance changes and improvements that we're making. So we're going to be running a few event leagues during this phase alongside each update. Think remixes of existing mechanics or features. And speaking of ExileCon, don't forget to pencil it in on the weekend of November the 7th in New Zealand. ExileCon is a gathering of our players, and a chance for us to showcase everything we'll be working on for both Path of Exile 1 and 2. And this one will be particularly important for us, since we finally get to unveil some of the coolest content that we've been working on for a while now with Act 5 and 6. Tickets for the in-person event are currently sold out, but don't worry, all the announcements and talks are going to be streamed online for all of you to watch. Now, I'm personally so excited for this. This is the year that PoE 2 comes out. The campaign is finally finished. It's been 8 years to get here, but we're finally near the finish line. And with that, it's time to move on to our live Q&A.
Okay. Okay, I guess that's the end. Since it's live Q&A now. Woo! That's a lot of shit. Good shit or bad shit? I don't know. Since it's going to be 1.0 anyway, I might not play for now. I might not play PoE for now and just wait for 1.0. And then I'm just gonna maybe go ham with 1.0. Especially since I did say we're gonna finish Berseria and then Tales of Berseria. If they're gonna be releasing 0.5 update this May, I won't be able to because I'm still playing this game. And then Tales of Berseria. So it's good. What was that class again? I do like the class update, the Ascension update, that allows you to get beast monsters. I might go with that. Oh, it's just that, you know me. I don't really like repeating the same thing over and over again. So having to create a new character with I don't know what to name them anymore, all shit like that. It's just tiring. So I'm just gonna wait for 1.0. It's still probably a long way, which is a good thing. And I already have the game, so you know. Why is my hand like that? Weird. Yeah, I already have the game, so there's really no reason for me to hurry. I can just play it whenever. Yeah. You probably have noticed I became more quiet as the stream progressed. I can't speak properly anymore. My nose is clogged. So bad. Oh, I can breathe properly. But yeah. Tomorrow, hopefully I'll be able to stream earlier, and hopefully this is gone. By then, I could probably talk more about my thoughts about the update. But it's not bad. That's what I can tell you. It's not bad, and kind of exciting. So much fun then. I can't even get to endgame. After point 1. Or maybe after point 2. I've never been able to reach endgame. Too lazy. Do things over and over again. Well, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I have to rest because I am dead. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. And tomorrow, of course, we'll be continuing with Berseria again. As always, stay safe and have a great rest of your day. Mwah! See ya!